it's been a minute since I've been active on YouTube, so I'm gonna try to start getting more active on here. I'm gonna try. I've made some modifications and edits to my channel to make it look a little better. Hopefully you guys like it. But in this video, I'm gonna be talking about Roxanne Perez and just my overall thoughts about how I feel about her winning the NXT Women's Championship. So, Roxanne Perez recently won the title off of Mandy Rose and became the NXT Women's Champion. And as much praise as she has gotten for it, she's also gotten a lot of slander and criticism for winning the title off of Mandy. One of those people being Coco, and him and the Roxanne stands have been going at it. It's been kind of funny seeing y'all beef because it's just hilarious. Just the way y'all are arguing over it, it's just like, oh my gosh, like they are really for real. Like y'all are really going at it. You Roxanne stands and Coco, it's hilarious. But I was like, you know what? I just want to get my thoughts on it. But I said I'm gonna probably wait until like, you know, the Coco versus Roxanne stands dies down a little bit because I'm like, I want to be in the middle. So now that it's died down, I hope, I'm gonna give my opinion. So Roxanne Perez winning the NXT Women's Championship, I feel like she deserved to win the title. However, I do agree when Coco says he feels like they kind of went a different way about it as far as building Roxanne up a little bit more. Not saying like, oh, she wasn't built up at all, but just for the whole just so she could feel like her title win when it feels so lackluster, I guess. Because to us as POCs, I think the win meant a lot, obviously, because number one, Roxanne is a POC in general. Number two, she took the title off of Mandy Rose, who was a blackfisher, and we don't condone that around here on this block at all. And number three, I mean, just seeing a POC work and grind and, you know, getting the success that they deserve from working and grinding. And just a long time Roxanne Perez stands, when she was Roxy in the Indies, you would root for her. But I kind of agree. I do wish that they had an actual feud with Mandy and Roxanne, because Mandy Rose has held the title she held the title for over 300 days, over a year at that. So I feel like, you know, her reign was already just overhyped and mediocre as it was. The least they could have done was made her feel like a credible champion to put Roxanne over in a more, I guess, contended match. Like, just building them up to have like a feud to just really make Roxanne's win feel more bigger than it already was. Because we've had people like win titles on, you know, local episodes of NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Like, that's not, no, we've had that, of course, obviously. I mean, AJ Lee, she was the longest reigning Divas champion, and she lost her title the Raw after WrestleMania to Paige in under like 2 minutes. You know, Rhea Ripley, she dethroned Shayna Baszler on the episode of NXT in the main event. And Roxanne, she dethroned Mandy Rose in the main event of NXT, you know. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like, you know, me personally, I just don't like when you've held a title for all these days and then you just randomly lose, not randomly, but you just lose it on local episodes of Raw or SmackDown or NXT. Now, I'll give Mandy and Roxanne's match the benefit of the doubt because it was the main event. But I feel like they should have gotten way more time than they were given. The match was a little too short for my liking. I kind of wish it was a little bit longer. Because I don't think they're doing NXT New Year's Eve this year. So, no, because NXT Deadline was the last pay-per-view of the year, I believe. So, yeah. So they did the main event NXT. Cool, understandable. But I kind of wish that the match was longer. They were given more time. But that's just me. I kind of wish, you know, Toxic Attraction tried to get involved, and then, you know, Roxanne fights them off. They get involved. Mandy hits the knee. Roxanne kicks out. Like, it just has so much potential to be so much greater than it already was. It's just like, okay, y'all do y'all, but that's just me. I'm happy she's champion regardless. I don't have a problem with her being champion because y'all know I am not a big Mandy Rose fan at all. Yeah. As far as Roxanne winning the Iron Survivor Challenge, I feel like she was really the only logical person to win. I don't really see any of the other women winning making sense. I mean, the only person outside of Roxanne I could really see like being somewhat logical is Zoe Stark. But I feel like if Zoe Stark were to win, they would just have Nikita Lyons return to either cost her title opportunity Or Zoe dethrones Mandy, Nikita returns, and then she ends up dethroning Zoe Stark after they feud for a couple of months. So it's just like, I don't really want to see that. Cora Jade is Cora Jade. Kiana James, she's not new, but she's starting to get utilized more in the women's division in like major feuds and stuff like that. So I wouldn't really expect her winning the title right now. And Indy Hartwell, I just don't really see it for her. I'm not really a fan. I don't really see the hype. I don't see the appeal. I don't want her as champion at all. I mean, I don't really see the hype around her. I'm sorry. I just don't. I really don't. So Roxanne winning, it makes sense to me. It's the most logical decision to me, in my opinion. She has other accomplishments to, back it up. She was NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. She was the Breakout Tournament winner, and, she's accomplished stuff in the indies to show that she's a credible, wrestler, in my opinion. So I don't really see, her not winning the NXT Women's Championship not making sense. But, however, I do agree when Coco was like, oh, I feel like they should have, put a little bit more, thought into their match at least. So it could feel like a match of the year contender or just a good match overall, because the match, it just felt short in my opinion. It was just like, okay, I mean, I'm happy she won, but I kind of wish the match was a little bit better. But then again, you are in the ring with Mandy Rose. There's only so much you can do. But, hey, it makes sense. It's Mandy. She's not the best in the ring, but at the same time, I feel like they could have did a little bit more as far as producing the match and just making it feel a little bit more exciting, entertaining, and putting us on the edge of our seats. That's just me. I feel like when you have a match where a champion is defending their title and they've held the title for all these days combined and all these days and all these weeks and years and all that stuff, you need to make that last defense really, really count. You need to make that last defense like, hey, we got to put our thought into this. We got to have the near falls, the excitement, the ups, the downs. We need to have everything. You got to have that, in my opinion. And I just don't really understand why they wouldn't do that. But hey, Mandy's not champion anymore, so I can't really complain. I'm just happy that she's not champion. I was not liking her reign at all. At all. Another thing about Roxanne Perez, I want her to change her finisher now that she's champion. See, when she had the Pop Rocks as her finisher, it's a sunset flip powerbomb, and it looks very ineffective in my opinion. I was like, okay, you're not champion right now, so I'm gonna let it slide. We're not gonna really say nothing. But now that she's champion, I need her to find another finisher, an alternative finisher, or she needs to start doing the Pop Rocks from the middle rope or top rope, something. Because the Pop Rocks, I'm just not really feeling it. I don't really see the appeal with it being a finisher. It's just as bad of a sunset flip powerbomb as Zelina Vega's. I'm sorry. If it was like Alexa Bliss or Melina, I could see okay, this being your finisher, because theirs are very effective. They know how to make it look quick and smooth and fast. But with, Roxanne and Zelina, it's like, this is your finisher? I don't know. Maybe you could use something else. It fits her moveset. If it's Zelina's moveset as well. The video cut out because the iPhone was having storage issues. But like I was saying, it does fit Roxanne's moveset. I just don't think it's finisher worthy for her because she doesn't really know how to make it effective. So I don't know what she could really use as an alternative finisher. I don't think this was her finisher on the indies. I don't quite remember, but I'm gonna probably look up some moves that she could probably do, and hopefully one of them are worthy enough to be an alternative finisher, because I'm not feeling Pop Rocks at all. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to say about Roxanne. I just really hope this reign treats her well. I hope she can add some kind of prestige back to the NXT Women's Championship, because the NXT's standards for the women's division has really gone downhill. It went from a women's division to a divas division. It cut out again. This storage thing is getting ghetto. I'm finna pay for some additional storage because I can't do this. But yeah, NXT women's division went from a women's division to a divas division. Don't really like that. So hopefully Roxanne being champion can change that. But I don't really think I have nothing else to really say about, Roxanne being champion. That's just my thoughts on her being champion. I'll do a little review about her as a competitor, probably on my actual wrestling page. soon. I don't know if I'll do it today because I kind of got some stuff to do. But other than that, that's all I got to say about Roxanne Perez. And I hope her reign is better than Mandy's. I really hope it is because I refuse to go through another mediocre NXT Women's Championship reign.